Why do people say lawyers are liars?
They have to prove that.
All right, so a lot of people don't know this about me, right? For the better part of my life, growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer, and everybody around me thought that was the perfect profession for me, to be honest, because I was a chatterbox, right? But life happened, and I did not end up doing law. And I'm doing what I'm doing now. I mean, I did journalism and all that great stuff. But I mean, I've always been curious about the profession in itself and just the many myths around it and all whatnot. And I'm like, you know what? I need to speak to a lawyer on this show. And I'm excited for who I have in the studio with me today. I actually have a lawyer, and he goes by the name Barrister Ayobami Adeyemi. Good day, sir.
What is it?
How you doing?
Very well, you?
I'm fine. Our lawyers always stock up. First of all, do you guys have like do you have like a social life? Do you go out? Do you chill with your guys?
Yeah, we do. Lawyers are very, very social. Some of us.
How often do you? Oh, you are social. Do you chill with the boys?
Not really. I do have a private life.
What do you do for fun?
I play game.
This is the issue. What game? PS5.
PS5, PS1.
This is the issue. This is part of the issue. I said, this loyalty, I didn't think back at doing it because I added with the fact that you guys read a lot. It's how many books have you read in your lifetime? Can you count?
I don't count, but I think I've read a couple of books.
Like, give us a number, like a rough estimate.
I'm up to 100.
You go that big. Okay, so you're a lawyer, and I know that when it has to do with law, I mean there are areas. But before I even go into all of that, right? Was it always law for you? Like, did you always want to be a lawyer?
Wow, very good question. Very good question. So I think when I was in secondary school, GS class, I wanted to become an astrologist.
A what?
Astrologist.
Oh, okay, cool. Ooh.
So
Interesting.
I found my way to the science class, but I think my English book came after me.
You did not pass maths.
I didn't pass maths. I didn't pass chemistry. It was
I was
terrible.
too.
So I had to switch back to art class. And I
Right.
think this is working out. I was getting good grades. And that period, I was talking too much. I could argue. I could drag. Like, this little thing will fit me. So
You told yourself
I
that.
told myself that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, since I can argue and drag for so long, I think God is calling me to be a lawyer.
Wow.
So I just started it.
Opted for law. So you didn't have parents who said you have to be this, you have to be that.
My parents were very liberal. Whatever you want to do, just do. So
Okay. So when you told them that, I want to be a lawyer, what did they think?
no issues. They were fine.
Interesting.
I think they were proud of them having a lawyer. So
Right.
they were,
How many siblings do you have?
4.
You're the only lawyer.
Yes, I'm a lawyer.
Right. The rest are like what?
Bankers, engineer.
Oh, so they have everything. They have banker, engineer, and lawyer. Complete. They'll be
Yes,
happy.
perfect. Perfect.
Very happy. Okay, so now I'm curious to know because you said you wanted to be, into astrology and all that great stuff, and then you ended up being, studying law. When you finally got admission, what school did you study law in?
University of Jos.
University of Jos, great. So when you finally got admission to study law, was it what you expected, honestly speaking, or was it a bit more difficult? Were you like, we're reading book?
Okay, so I think I didn't get admission the first year.
Oh, okay.
So I had to do a diploma in law. So that
Right.
gave me a good background of what I'm about to get into.
Mhm.
It was not easy for me because probably I was good in cramming and so.
Okay, so you were a dreamer of cramming. I mean, you cram. What's that thing called again? What do you guys call it?
Sections,
Cases.
law, yeah, cases. Case law stuff. So
It's a lot.
it was just easy for me.
It was easy.
Very easy for me.
So what, you had the first class?
I had the 2-1, but
Okay.
very close to the first class.
Okay.
The 2-1.
Pretty good. So how does it work? Do you choose what area of law you want to specialize in when you're in university
Okay,
or
so
law school?
in university you study all the law the school provides,
Mhm.
criminal law, property law and stuff.
Mhm.
When you get to law school, you also do the 5 major courses. Then when you go out to practice, you cannot decide. But at least the first 2 years, you should still practice all areas.
Right.
And after that, you cannot decide. I want to go to the corporate side, criminal side, property side, and stuff.
So what are the 5 major courses that you mentioned?
In law school, you have to do corporate governance, you do
Okay.
criminal, you do civil, you do ethics. And one other course now, I can't remember.
Right. So you're specializing in property law.
Yeah, property law.
So why did you study property law?
Okay, I think when I got to 100 level in school, I noticed I don't have the strength again to argue. To shout. Yeah, I noticed when I got to 100 level, And I think this corporate side is okay. We'll just prepare draft argument. Tell myself, guy, there's this cut day. It's not gonna work for me.
Right.
Let me do more of the corporate side. So since then, I've just focused my mind on the corporate side.
So that's, property. So when you say property law, it simply means, you deal basically, or you're a lawyer specifically for what, like landed property or like real estate?
Yeah, everything real estate.
Right.
Everything real estate. So I do more of business and property.
Okay.
Because they are mostly intertwined.
Okay.
So I do business, property.
Do you still go to the court for anything?
Yeah, on rare occasions, probably just simple matters.
What can take you to the courts, honestly? Like, what kind of issues will take you to the courts?
Yeah, when there's a land dispute now.
Okay.
For a client, I need to appear there. Definitely, I'll be in court.
Appear as the lawyer that is arguing or defending.
Yes.
So you wear all that.
Yeah, I still have them fresh. My wardrobe. I have them fresh.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I mean, pretty much you've answered why you decided to do law and the reason. So I mean, so far, how long have you been practicing for now?
About 5 years.
5 years, great. So has it? So let me put myself in this mix.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I wanted to be a lawyer,
Okay.
but one of the reasons why I ended up not doing law was because my mom told me that lawyers are broke. Yeah, she said that I'll not have money. I said, oh, why? Like, because I had an uncle who was a lawyer, right? And she told me, oh, look at your uncle, so person. And to be honest, he could speak good English. He was smart, but he didn't have the kind of money my father had. Do you understand what I mean? And I like money. My family, we love money. So that was, it was a no-brainer for me at that point. So, because when you said property law in my head, I was like, okay, real estate. There's money in real estate. So maybe that's the reason why he opted for property law. Is that myth correct that most lawyers are, not exactly, financially, liquid? Is it a myth? Is it true? And if it's not a myth, or if it is a myth, is it, based on the area that you specialize in? Because I hear that a lot of criminal lawyers are broke. Those ones are always hanging around the courts. And I couldn't have tried to be lawyers. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be doing this, but yeah.
Okay, so I think we have doctors who are broke. We have bankers who are broke.
Right.
We have pilots who are broke. So it's not just lawyers who are broke.
Okay.
But I think the focus is more on the lawyer because we are the savior of the people.
Right.
But I think basically the legal profession is not really bad. But it depends on you because law itself, there's something called the business of law.
Okay.
You must be a businessman to make it in law, even in any profession.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I think it's just on the person himself or herself now. How you approach to law itself. You just sit down in your room and expecting brief to come. How do you network? How do you market yourself professionally? So that would determine whether or not you'll be broke or you'll be rich.
So what's the best way to market yourself? That's how you'll not be broke as a lawyer.
And present yourself in a way that you can be sellable at any point.
Okay.
So you dress well, speak well, you go to events, network with people, definitely. So for example, now I go to an event now and you are there and I walk up to you, hey, Mr. Man, I'm dressed up in a very good suit, good shoe, I'm a lawyer, and you have a brief. From the first assessment, you can say whether or not you give me your brief or not. But if I'm coming here with one red shirt, blue tie, yellow shoe, what's wrong with this guy? So I think it's just on the person himself.
Look the way, address the way you want to be addressed,
Yes.
basically. That's really important. Because I mean, I've encountered some lawyers and I'm like,
So there was a day I went to court many years ago, 3 years ago, and I saw one lawyer. If I have a brief of 100 billion, I sure can't give you this deal.
exactly. You don't look like it.
Yeah, so I know some firms don't pay lawyers well. Yes, agreed. I think that will be looked into subsequently. But I think even the lawyer themselves, some needs to work on themselves more.
Right. So you spoke about why some firms not paying lawyers well. I don't know how because of the way the profession is, and this is how I personally look at these professions. Banking, engineering, law, medicine. I sort of feel like it doesn't give you the room to do a lot of things because of the way the profession is. It's heavy-handed, right? So it's either that or really nothing.
Yeah.
And in this part of the world where one stream of income is never really the best, right? How do you how are you able to sell? So by sell, I mean you said, oh, look the part, smell the part, network, all that great stuff. But then, you're a property lawyer, so let's not even. But then you're a lawyer. So for example, as an entertainment lawyer or as a criminal lawyer, let me use criminal because that's the one that is used. So, as a criminal lawyer, how do you market yourself? Because you don't go around expecting that there'll be criminal cases.
Yes.
It's like somebody who's selling coffins. You don't want people to die, but you want people to die so you can sell and make money, right?
Okay, so I think I was in an event last 2 weeks. I was called to speak to some few youths on how to go about their careers.
Yeah.
And I told them, even as a lawyer, the best way now you can market yourself is to give out value, give out content, valuable content. That's the most easiest way to get clients or get briefs in this present day. Content, valuable content. So, for example, I pick up my phone, I do a video, 5 ways to avoid fraud in property transaction, and I post it. You are in Dubai and you want to acquire property in Lagos. 5 ways to prevent fraud. Oh, this thing makes sense. Ordinarily, what will you do next? Let me chat up this.
Yeah, let me reach out
and
to
that's
you.
all.
Yeah.
You've not said, oh, yeah, come and buy from me or come and patronize me. Just giving up good content is the best way and the most easiest way to market yourself and get clients. So I think that settles it.
Actually,
give
that makes
value,
sense.
give value, and in return, you have your clients.
Especially in this time and age when like content is king and social media is almost everything.
Because you're a lawyer here in Lekki and someone is in UK, how do they connect?
True.
The only way is still the use of social media and the content you put out there.
Why do people say lawyers are liars?
They have to prove that.
But
you have to prove that.
But I mean, when you because I also like love to watch like series or movies that are like around law.
Yes.
And then you see the scenarios. So, like sometimes you know that this is your client, Sha.
Yeah.
He's the bad person in this mix.
Yes.
But your profession mandates you to tell lies.
No, you have to prove that. I think you should be careful because we might sue you after this show.
Oh my God.
We might sue you after this show. Okay, so what lawyers do is they just work within the ambit of the law.
Right.
What does the law say? How can you present yourself, your case legally? So for example, allegedly, this man killed Mr. A. Right? So it's obvious this man killed Mr. A. But then how can you argue within the law that this man killed Mr. A?
Within the law?
Yeah. So they're not lying. They're just trying to argue the law because when you get to the courtroom, you won't speak Yoruba, you won't speak Chinese.
In a sense,
you speak the law
until proven guilty.
Yeah. Basically. So the other party have to prove that okay, this actually occurred.
Okay. I just feel like is a what's the word? Is a nice way of saying. I mean, you're telling lies, but it's within the law.
Within the law. Within the law.
It's the caveat of within the law. For
within the law.
So I know that there are so many things that I want to believe so because I feel like every profession has that. There's so many things that we really don't know or like we really don't understand about the law. For example, I just rightly said, someone says, all lawyers are liars or whatever, or somebody's saying that, all lawyers are broke people, right? There's so many things that we don't understand about the profession. And I know that sometimes you hear certain things, you cringe. You're like, we'll leave this one's knew better, right? I'd like you to tell us a few of these things. Maybe myths, maybe things you've heard people say, maybe things, I don't know, but like, what are those things that if only we understood or knew, maybe our perception as it concerns law would be different or something. But before then, why do people always wear black and white?
That's the color of the law.
Oh, the law is black. Oh, now it makes sense. Oh, I never thought of that. Oh.
Okay, so back to your question.
That's it. Allow me to bask in that revelation for a little bit. This is a revelation. I will tell my lawyer for
Rema.
It didn't hit me until now. Oh, is it that black or white? Okay, let's go on.
Okay, so okay, let me use a more recent case.
Right.
All right, that's the case of the guy that that died some few weeks ago.
Very Mohbad.
Mohbad. So painful.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, so sad. I think all over social media, people have been accusing some set of people as people who killed this person, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah. Obviously, emotions will play out. I understand the fact that emotions actually playing out, but then doesn't make point out accusation that this person killed this person without having facts and evidence. So this man killed this person, this man killed, but then legally, can you establish that this man killed this person?
No.
So most times we are just
Driven by emotion.
driven by emotions without having valuable facts to back up our points. Sometimes, most recent one that I know people do is when they just get a new apartment to rent, and they feel the landlord will do this, the landlord will do that. You're supposed to clean my house, you're supposed to clean my roof.
That's the landlord.
Yeah.
The person you're renting.
Yes, some will tell you landlord is supposed to paint my house for me. My roof is bad. It's supposed to. Yeah, I'm like this whole face every time.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Landlord should not fix your roof when the roof is bad.
Your roof. What caused the defect?
I don't know now. So what? Maybe water or something.
When they gave it to you, was it in that state?
No. So it's their responsibility.
So the moment you've
Lived
taken possession of an apartment, you are seen as the owner, though
Right.
equitable owner, not a legal owner, right?
Okay.
You are in charge. You're in possession of the apartment. You should take care of the things within the apartment that is caused by you.
I didn't cause that. Okay, the roof. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. So
for example, now, so what caused the defect now? Let's start from there.
maybe rain now.
Rain, right?
Right here.
So it should come from Sokoto and come and repair the roof. Okay, so the interior parts of an apartment should be repaired by you, while the exterior should be repaired by a landlord.
Okay. Now that makes sense. Yeah. Obviously, of course. But I'm not going to come and start repainting somebody's house for the person.
As long as you're there, you did it for yourself.
The interior.
Yes, but
yeah,
the exterior, the landlord will definitely do that. Definitely.
So if it's for example, if it's a water issue, is the exterior now? Even though it comes
yes,
inside.
yes. So that can be discussed by both parties.
Because landlords in Lagos, they do the most.
They are very.
They can't be telling me that I'm gonna be fixing your this thing for you. Okay, so would you honestly advise? So like right now, say for example, I don't know if you're married or you have kids.
Yeah, married.
You have kids?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And your child tells you that, Daddy, I want to be a lawyer. That look on your face. That look on your face. Say, Daddy, I want to be a lawyer. Would you honestly say, yeah, sure, go ahead, do it?
Yeah, so I'll ask him why he wants to become a lawyer. Is it because I'm a lawyer, he wants to be a lawyer, or he just wants to be a lawyer? So sometimes I really feel we should allow our children make choices independently, not because we are in that profession or not.
Okay, yeah.
He should have his own interest. So he's looking at me, my daddy is rich, so I want to become a lawyer. He might end up missing it. He should develop his own interests. But definitely my child should be a lawyer. I love it.
And if he tells you, Daddy, I want to be a lawyer because, I just like the course.
Yes. In fact, I'll pray for him. And I'll give him his blessing.
The blessing of go and be a lawyer.
Be a lawyer.
Okay.
And a good one at that.
Like your daddy. Great. Why is it important to have a lawyer? Because I feel like this generation, and even the generation after me, what I see often is people think it's cool. So for example, because I work in entertainment, they often think, oh, speak to my lawyer. And sometimes the things that we are speaking on doesn't necessarily, from my opinion or my point of view, doesn't really need like a lawyer intervening, right? And I'm just like, do you even understand what you're saying? So why do you think it's important to have a lawyer as a person?
So I think when a man clocks 18 and above, it is essential you have a lawyer.
Okay.
It's essential you have a lawyer because you need to be fully protected within the law.
So what kind of lawyer do you have as an individual?
Yeah, just
a lawyer.
So I think, so every lawyer is knowledgeable in all aspects of the law.
Okay.
So just how you have a doctor who is a dentist. you will still have ideas about other aspects of the medical line, right?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a lawyer as well have other knowledge as regarding other parts of the law, and it can advise you. Certain things are just obvious that any lawyer can pinpoint and tell you whether or not to proceed.
Okay.
So creative industry, any industry at all, you must. So for example, I had a client, someone referred a client to me last week. This man had signed a document that is just, it's better for him to just kill himself.
Oh my
for him to
God.
have signed that.
Nigerians don't read. It's a problem.
And I saw it and I'm like, sir, how comes you signed this document? Is it that they were...
So how did you not know about the documents? Did something happen?
He sent it to me. I had to review it. But
Okay,
then
but he had already signed it
he
already.
signed it already since last year. A very bad document, very bad one. Now he's asking, okay, lawyer, what do you do? So these same people will still come to and say, lawyer, lie now. Try to find a solution now. Then you know you've committed a bad stuff.
It's the people.
You see, the same people. You come and say lawyers and liars. And you see saying,
you help us now. Help our ministry.
whether we lie or not.
It's help. It's not like it's within the law. He said it's within the law.
Within the law, okay.
So it's within the law.
So that's how, okay, we can find a way out, God will practice and stuff. But then you can't afford to make certain decisions, certain steps without having an advice of a lawyer.
Right.
A lawyer is presumed to know all, right?
Yeah.
So they have a better perspective to certain issues.
Right.
So once you don't get the advice of such, you might be missing out.
Yeah. So okay. If, say for example, I get you as my lawyer, and you're a property lawyer, but you're a lawyer, you have an idea of everything, and I kiss somebody by mistake or whatever. Can you represent me in courts? Can you defend me in courts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You kill somebody, how do you kill somebody?
So you don't have to be the law. The court won't ask you, are you a criminal lawyer or
No.
not? Okay.
No.
What's important that you're a lawyer?
You're a lawyer. You're court bar. There's an evidence that you're court bar.
Right. Okay. When they call you to bar, do they give you like an ID or like?
Yeah, you have.
I'm sorry, I'm asking you a mediocre question. I don't know.
No problem. Is
right.
for the sake of everybody. So there's a number every lawyer has. Supreme Court number. Every lawyer in Nigeria that's been called to bar, that's recorded in Supreme Court as that number. So we can easily verify you.
Okay. Okay. Because in my head, I always thought that you have to be a criminal lawyer to go to the court and represent somebody for murder cases or something like that.
A lawyer can go to any court.
Interesting stuff. So, what qualifies you to be a senior advocate of Nigeria?
I think you have to pay for consultation. If I tell you.
Okay. Okay. So that's private, Yeah,
but then you have to use a certain number of cases. You have to have a certain number of appearance.
That's why they're always all old.
Yes. So you have young lawyers. You have guys who are 35
and their son.
Yeah, son of Nigeria. 30. I think the youngest. Was it 32? You took the son.
32?
Yeah, he became his son. Yeah, 32.
And that's the big deal, right? To be 32 and be a son.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It shows.
You've been working for a while, though. Did you start working when he was 18? What happened?
Yeah, from 20.
Just working back to back like that.
Like in good firm, you're well positioned, you have access to a good number of cases. You've been going to Supreme Court, you've won cases in Supreme Court.
What makes a good firm?
What makes a good firm?
Yeah.
A good person makes a good firm.
Let me ask that question again. Because I'm asking because in my profession, I'm a broadcaster. And we say, oh, this radio station or that TV station is a good TV station or whatever, a great TV station. And our basis of judgment is sometimes mileage, sometimes reach, yes, of course remuneration, and just the public image of that TV or radio station. Exactly. And then of course standard of living of people who already work there, right? That's how we judge, right? And so why I'm asking that is you see people who work for, I've heard firms, and then you still hear lawyers say, oh, if I can work at this chamber or that chamber, it will be better.
Okay, very good. I think I answered your question. Number one, the firm setup, how well they have access to good cases.
Okay.
So you can't compare someone who has clients like Matedola, Tonimelu, and you go as their clients. They just say they have good cases. They have access to good phones. They have good legal structures. They pay well. And they have good and sound lawyers. So there are more firms there. We know these firms are good based on what they produce out. We've seen their lawyers. We've seen how they've won cases in court. We've seen their library. We've seen their office. We've seen what they've done over the years. So we can easily say that these firms are good.
Right.
Particularly they pay well.
Particularly they pay well. Because that money
part is key.
Which firms right now, or I don't know, firms, chambers, whatever, are like top chambers now amongst them? I'm sure lawyers talk. So which ones are the little ones in Lagos that if you're working here, like you say, it goes soft for you?
Okay, so I think you have to do research to verify that.
Oh, okay, for you, speaking as you. For you.
For me?
Yes. Because I could mention TV stations that I think that if I work in, everything goes soft. Or radio station, I feel like, okay, if I work in this radio station, it's going to help me, right? Career-wise and even money-wise.
Yeah.
For me, I've always wanted to work at Cool FM. I work on radio right now.
Okay.
But I think that the day I work at Cool FM, it will change the trajectory of my career in the path that I think it should go. And I'm working like crazy towards that. So for you now, which chamber are you like eyeing, at the back of your mind? I work here,
I'm not here to work in any firm. I have my firm.
Oh, you have yours?
Yeah, amazing. Firm, so I'm not sure I want to work in that firm again. Probably I just need to get more big deals.
Yeah. What's the name of your firm?
Enablers Legal Practice.
Enablers.
Yeah, Enablers.
Okay, this is the first time I've not heard Anko and Sons. Enablers Legal Practice. Yeah. Amazing. And it's all property, type thing. Okay. So I like that you rightly mentioned that, I didn't know that as a lawyer, regardless of what area you specialize in, you can go to court and represent anybody and, all of that and everything is sorted. Okay.
However, so you must have good knowledge of what you're going to present to client. So
if you don't have good knowledge, can I recommend?
You can represent, but then might be causing a good damage again because it might not offer good legal services.
Oh. So, but so if
for
I
example, now you can compare someone who's in entertainment law and someone who is a criminal lawyer but wants to advise on entertainment law in details.
Okay.
Understand? You can only just on the surface might not be in depth. Or find somebody who is a criminal lawyer and trying to undo cases on tax law.
Right.
You might have just a good, but then it's not something you do day to day, so you might not have the full knowledge.
So it's okay to refer and say, you know what? There's somebody I know who
would do that. We'll do that. I have colleagues who are on the field as well. Okay, you take it up. Yeah,
well, shall I give me my cuts?
I'm not sure. That will be discussed behind the scene.
I like money.
That will be discussed behind the scene.
So what is the idea? I like that you said you own your firm, and it simply means that you pay salaries. So what is the ideal salary structure for a lawyer who is entering? Not a lawyer who's been there for a while. An entrant, right? I just left law school, maybe served, maybe not served, whatever. But I want to, work with enablers.
Okay.
Or any other law firm.
Any other law firm.
Yeah.
So I think it's just reasonable we calculate person's expenses, day-to-day expenses.
Okay.
Then find something that is worth it and sum it up. Right. So it should be based on the economic reality on ground. So before 100K used to look like a very big money, but now 100K is rubbish.
So it's not
so you can't use the mentality of 100K and pay somebody who has gone to law school for a year, university 5 years, and tell him, and he's working in Lekki, in Lagos here, that the day you spend over 20K.
Yeah.
So I think it's just to determine within economic realities.
So if you're going to work with enablers, you're sure that's above 100K. You are sure that is above 100K because, like the guy said, 100K is not. It was 100K is nothing. So you are sure that. So please, if you're a lawyer, start sending CV. Enabler, you are sure that it's above 100K. But would you say that so far so good? It's been an interesting journey as a lawyer, especially because and my heart goes out to people who own businesses, and or for you, your firm is your business, because I know how difficult it is to run. I started a business and I closed it down. I said no, this is not for me right now. To run a business in Nigeria, in Africa. So would you say it's been great? And if it's not really, which I think it hasn't really not been great, what are the challenges that you face, especially as a business owner?
Wow, very good question.
Yeah.
So business is not for the faint.
It's not so. It's.
If you don't have 10 lives,
Hey.
you don't have to start a business in
If you don't have patience.
Yes.
I don't have patience.
I think we need to give kudos to people who succeed in business. Those guys are super human because sometimes it doesn't go as planned.
Yeah.
Sometimes you invest and you have expectation of getting a certain amount within a certain period, and it doesn't come. So, and the way dollar is going,
bruh, it's ridiculous.
So, but I just think just your passion is what keeps you going. If you're meant to look at the challenges, you definitely would want to give up. So even sometimes I feel it as well, like sometimes not now when you have to buy 4 times 4 of what you're buying before.
Yeah.
You have to run the gen throughout the day, the lights.
Yeah.
I think everybody who wants to succeed in business will pass through that phase of passing through challenges, difficulties. But if you're able to endure, like you said, patience.
What is the staff strength at AWS?
Within 10
people.
Contracts and full time. So some are contract staff, not everyday staff. So it's just
based on what they
do.
Even if it's 2 people, outside your family members, you're thinking of Monday you pay people every month.
Yeah. So what we do, most of them are contract staff.
Okay.
Most are contract staff.
Okay, that will cut.
Just 2 full staff.
Okay. So that would help cut overheads.
Sure.
Fantastic. All right, so let's talk about the future of, I feel like every industry has a future, and every industry has people in it who hope for certain things. For example, in entertainment, that as creatives, there are things that we hope that will happen in entertainment space and would help us. There was a time when we felt that it would be fantastic if social media could start paying creators. I mean, our Facebook pays some of us, and it's exciting. YouTube pays some of us. So for lawyers and the what do you call the law industry? Is it law industry? The legal industry. Thank you very much. What are your hopes for the legal industry in the nearest future? What are those things that if they were to happen, it would make life better?
When people don't undermine the services of a lawyer, people don't boycott the services of a lawyer. For example, recently a law has been passed for lawyers not to charge below 10% for property transaction.
Okay.
So I wish it is executed
and implemented
fully, because sometimes, for example, in the property transaction, you need a lawyer, you need an agent to help you. So the agent have their own fixed fee of getting 10%.
Right.
His only job is to just go and get a property.
And he gets 10%.
And he gets 10%. Like, you can't even negotiate. When it comes to a lawyer now, what a lawyer do? Just one paper. Lawyer take 2%. Take 1%. Lawyer take 50K. Now, some lawyers are not being paid well in their firm. Or consider that. Right, so that man that has paid 50K knows what's the lawyer shit. What's that doing?
Yeah.
That becomes the norm. Even when he wants to acquire a property of 100 million, he tell you I can't pay anything above 50K. So what are you doing now? You're making that lawyer more poor. So I think in future, I want people to appreciate the service of a lawyer well and pay them well. The other day, someone sent an agreement to me, and I just laughed because how will an agent be preparing a tenancy agreement? Agent preparing a deed of assignment. Agent, because obviously no lawyer will prepare that agreement. No lawyer, even a 400 level student law student will not prepare that agreement. Yeah. I said, like, who prepared it? Yeah, my lawyer. I said, no lawyer. I can say it categorically. No lawyer will prepare this agreement. No lawyer. Now said, hey, when I wanted to buy, lawyer was saying she bring 10%, and 10% was like 500k. He felt, okay, it's too much to pay. He said, just told him, don't worry, sir, I'll go and get it for you. Give me 100k. Then one went and does the copy and paste. Yeah. But I wish in future people get the reality and the questions of what the lawyer does. Pay them more.
So why was he coming to? I'm sorry, taking back to that story. Why was he coming to you now?
So they had issues with that transaction.
Okay.
So I told them, okay, let me see the documents you guys use. And I brought them out like, this is
rubbish. It's a sham.
And I think most people in the creative industry should be enlightened and help themselves. Just help yourself and get a lawyer. Just you can't afford to
have
recording artists, influencer, ambassador.
And I think that I like that you said. I was going to ask you that. I think I like that you said that because I feel like there isn't a lot of awareness in my industry on the importance of lawyers.
Yeah.
Right? I have a lawyer friend, and honestly, I won't lie to you. I got a lawyer only 2 years ago. It's 2021. Yeah, and that was because I was somewhere. And it wasn't a symposium, it wasn't anything. It was just, friends gisting, and there was a lawyer in the mix, and it was a friend's house party. We're just talking and gisting about, the industry in Nigeria and all of that. And he said some things about why it was really important for creatives to have lawyers. And my mouth was open, and he was like, do you have a lawyer? I'm like, I know. And like, you need to. And that moment, I realized I needed a lawyer, right? So are lawyers even, seeking for ways to spread information, especially in the creative space, for example, like you rightly realized and mentioned on the importance of this thing. Like you said, you were somewhere where you were speaking to people about career. I mean, are there any? I don't know. Is there anything that you think you're planning or that can be done to let us know that we need lawyers?
Yeah. So I think there are so many lawyers doing well on social media, passing the gospel of why you need a lawyer. Telling you the importance of why you must get a lawyer on retainership. It's not just getting a lawyer
on retainership.
Get a lawyer on retainership. Have a go-to lawyer that you can call anytime, any day, and you have his services. Most of us, we just claim to have one lawyer that's our friend. And only when we are in trouble. Lawyer, I did police station. What does that? If you call me, I might never answer you.
Right.
I might not. So the idea is there are two things the lawyer does. Number one, a lawyer prevents and corrects. But it's more important for you to get a lawyer to prevent issues. Most cases in court today, if we have good lawyers before we enter into these elections, we need to go to court. Most reason most of these artists have issues with the record label is when they were signed the agreement,
there was no lawyer there
to review those agreements. And some of those agreements are so, let me use the word demonic agreement. How will you be signing the record label and the record label is telling you, okay, for the first 7 years, I'll be taking 85%.
85%?
Yes, I've seen it.
What?
85. Now you will get 15%.
Yeah.
Your own 15%, your manager will take his own 10% of that 15%, obviously. The lawyer will take 10% of the 15%. So say your 15% is 20 million naira, your manager will take 10%. The other boys following you.
Yeah.
So that's why most of these guys, after 2 years, they break out from the record label because they can't keep up. Ordinarily, in the initial stage, you should have settled
seen all those things.
You should have seen it.
Very important stuff. Anyway, I feel like if they watch this, they will know, that's important. But I honestly am of the opinion that a lot of sensitization, I beg your pardon, needs to be done, especially in the creative space, because it is a pandemic. Honestly, it's a problem.
To cut you.
Yeah.
Yesterday, a client called me and said the landlord is about chasing them away from the house. They moved into the apartment last year. Their rent expired, I think, last week. And landlord said they have to go. Okay. Let me see your tenancy agreement. And behold, when I went through the tenancy agreement, it was written boldly that this rent is just for a year setting and not renewable. A year setting.
Oh.
So this person never understand how.
And just went with it. Ouch.
Most tenancy agreement that goes around today is just for a year. You guys, you won't get a lawyer to review it. So, and I saw you like, I'm sorry, ma.
Nothing can be done.
Nothing can be done.
Not to pack.
You sign it, and I think the clients use the place for a studio, so they spend money on soundproof,
Oh my
like
God.
real money. Now the clients will move. Only if you have to go and beg the landlord. Only. The only way now is just to negotiate.
Yeah.
Please, sir, just help us. But these are more of things that happen every day because we don't get lawyers to review agreement before signing.
It's so sad. I mean, I could go on and on with this interview, but before I let you go, I want to find out this thing. This is it's personal.
Okay.
And don't say I cannot afford you. So it is. But is it true that for tenancy agreements, is it true that as a tenant, after your rent expires, by law, you should have is it 6 months before any whatever can be done, or I don't know, school me.
Okay, so there are period of notices to be given to every tenant statutorily. So a annual tenant, a year tenant will have a 6 months notice to quit. A 6 month tenant will have a 3 months, a quarterly we have 1 month and thereabouts. Okay. So say you are an annual tenant, 1 year, you should have a 6 month notice to quit. So if I own the apartment and I want to evict you, I would give you a 6 month notice. It is not after your expiration of your rent that you have your 6 months.
Oh.
I will just notify you 6 months before that period.
The dates.
But most people feel after your rent, the landlord will not give you 6 months. If you are the landlord, will you try it?
Actually, because I feel like I thought it was clear. I was not even making.
Yes, the landlord, will you try it?
Right.
Then we should know every number of days you use in excess of your rent, you pay.
All right. Really?
Yes, you pay. Oh.
Hey, wala deal.
If your 6 months exceed your expiration, you still pay for every day
after your expiration. This is interesting. Okay, let's call it a day at this point because there's a lot that people don't know.
Yeah.
And like they say, knowledge is power, and ignorance is just sad. Anyways, so how do we? I mean, for people who want to maybe after watching this and listening to this, obviously they want to use you because they feel like this lawyer is the lawyer for me. How do they contact you? Yeah, I'm
on Instagram, properties deals
on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
And your firm is your enablers?
Legal practice.
On Instagram as well?
No, on Instagram.
Okay. Yes. So they can reach you to get to. Anyway, once they reach you, they've gotten to enablers now. That's what's important. Yeah. All right, Properties Deals. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. It was a really interesting interview. I learned a lot. You know, you schooled me. Yeah, which I should pay for, but I mean, perks of being sitting here with a mic on my mouth. You know, I don't pay for this stuff. And the register is here.
Okay.
But I mean, if you need more information, like we rightly said, you can reach out to him, Properties Deals, and get a lawyer. Stop trying to evade the importance of a lawyer, or stop trying to evade the benefits of having a lawyer. You need to have a lawyer. Like he said, lawyers prevent, and of course, in eventuality, if whatever happens, they are there for you. That best friend of yours as a lawyer is not your lawyer. That your church member as a lawyer is not your lawyer. Get your lawyer, and most importantly, put him or her on a retainership. That also would help. Thank you again for coming. And until I see you in the next episode.